This is the video on how to use Resolve with LucidLink. It's important to watch these videos, the ones that we make on Resolve, because they show you the specific workflow that we use for LucidLink and Resolve and how that links in with the camera settings and the edit settings. Hello everyone, this video is to show you how to set up a Resolve project using our server system called LucidLink. Many of you may have already used DaVinci Resolve, but I promise you, you won't have set it up in the way that I'm about to show you now. It's very important that you follow these instructions and set up your projects on LucidLink, the server, as I'm about to show you now. If you don't do this, you may lose your project. To set up the Resolve project, we need to open up LucidLink and make the connection to the server. LucidLink will be available either on your dock, this little item here, Lucid, or you can get it from the usual places that you get your applications. So Go menu, applications, file, new Finder window, and applications, and it will be in this list here. Or command spacebar and Lucid. If I type in Lucid and let's press enter, and LucidLink will open up. This is the window that opens up initially. LucidLink itself is a server, basically a giant disk space based online in the cloud, and it's where we store all of our project files, footage, music, audio files, images, all of that kind of thing gets saved on LucidLink before it's imported into your projects. Once the LucidLink window has opened, you need to make a connection to the server itself. Okay, imagine this is like a browser window and we need to type in the URL web address to connect to our particular portion of the LucidLink file space. And to do that, we type in LucidLink.University of Bristol. Okay, all lowercase, all one word, no spaces. Any deviation from this and it won't connect. Type it in exactly as it's written there. Okay, then we click continue, and then this is the one that we need to use. Log in through Azure AD. As you can see, Safari will briefly open. Sometimes the Safari window blocks your view, so you have to move the Safari window out of the way. Also, what usually happens is a login window will appear and it will ask you to log in. So that is your usual email address and your password. If you come across any other issues, error messages and being told that you can't log in at this time, etc., then you must get hold of one of the technicians initially. Anything else we may have to contact IT about. You can then click this little green button here, open in Finder. And this will open up a new Finder window, and it will give you down the left hand side in the menu items of your Finder window, there is now the LucidLink option there, and you can now access LucidLink directly from your Finder window. You can do this from your own computer at home as well, in exactly the same way. The difference being that the university has an incredibly high-speed internet connection. The whole system is designed to edit large video files with multiple users and multiple machines at the same time, and it can cope with that amount of traffic. At home, you'll be limited by your own internet speed. It may just work slowly and be a little bit laggy, but it should still work. Depending on your level of access, you may see different options up here, different sets of folders. You should see these two here, all production resources and editing practice media. Actually, in the all production resources and production assets, we have lots and lots of sound effects, sound files, etc. Great stuff in here for doing any sound work with. Okay, very good resource there. Right, so I'll be using this this folder here, videos for edit teaching, but obviously you will be using whatever is your relative folder. So within each folder you'll have your unit folders, you've got exercise folders, and then you've got your group folders here as well. Inside your project group folder, you should find this set of files and folders here. So let's start with the folder. You have a Resolve Project Data folder. What we would like you to do is change the name of this folder to your group number and a project title. Nothing too long, try and please keep it down. So only use standard letters and numbers. You can use underscore, but no forward slashes, no question marks, and no dots. Inside there, you then have a media and assets folder. Add your footage to the footage folder, any music you want to import, sound effects, sync audio you might have, any archival material. Finally, when you want to actually export your finished project, then you can put it in this final export folder as well. So Resolve has a very specific way of working. That's why we have this set up. What you're going to do is create yourself what's called a scratch disk. Okay, don't worry about the name. Scratch disk literally just means a folder where everything to do with your project gets stored. Okay, the scratch disk is just a storage folder for all of your project files and data and things like that. So all you have to do is follow what I'm about to show you now. The project will be set up exactly how we want it to be, in exactly the right place. So the first thing you have to do is open or run this copy.db list file. Okay, so don't copy it, you run it, you open it, you double click it. Okay, so we double click this file. Wait a moment, and you will get this dialog box here, file copied successfully. If anything else happens at this stage, please get in touch with us, let us know what's going on. Okay, file copied successfully. Okay, then I run my DaVinci Resolve scratch disk setup. Again, I double click this DaVinci Resolve scratch disk setup file. As soon as I do that, my scratch disk should open up on the desktop. Okay, and once that scratch disk is open on the desktop, then you can go straight into Resolve. Resolve will be wherever your applications are. I have mine on the dock down the bottom, but it will also be in the applications folder. DaVinci Resolve, in the DaVinci Resolve folder, DaVinci Resolve application. So I'll double click that. Wait a moment. And that will open up Resolve. As you are opening Resolve for the first time, it may ask you to run through the Resolve setup process. If this window opens here, you click the continue button, click continue. Then if this window opens up here, this is the important one actually, you must click skip and start right now. Clicking quick setup will send you through the wrong setup process. In fact, if you click this, you will have to start the process again. Skip and start right now is the one that you need to press. If the Resolve window opens directly and you don't get the Project Manager window, then you have to go down to the bottom left corner to the little house icon, the little home icon. Click there and then your project manager will open with your Rename Me project. This is essentially your library of projects. You can have as many projects as you like listed in here, but the one that you need to use is this one here, Rename Me. Do not open the untitled project, use the Rename Me file, okay? This file has been set up, or this project file has been set up with all the correct settings in it. This is the one that you need to use. If you right click on here, you can scroll to rename, and you need to give that your group name and project title, okay? And you can call that version 1 if you like. Nothing too long, try and please keep it down, and only use standard letters and numbers. You can use underscore, but no forward slashes, no question marks, and no dots. And then OK, and we can then double click this. I said okay, yeah, so it's asking me to update the project version. I do want to do this. I need to upgrade it. I do want to do this. Okay, so upgrade, and there we go. There's Resolve. The first thing we need to do is go into the media page, but then that is all you need to do to get going with Resolve. At the end of the day, once you have finished your editing day, we need to make sure that you do a backup of your project file, okay? So the backup is purely a safety copy. We won't be using the backup copy unless there's a problem with your original project file, okay? But we do need to make sure we have the backup just in case. All right, so to make a backup of your project, you will go down to this little icon in the bottom right hand corner, the home icon, click on there, and you will now again, so this is your project, this is the one that you've been working on. You just need to right click this one and you need to go to export project, okay? If you have stills and LUTs, you can export with stills and LUTs. If you don't know what stills and LUTs are, then you clearly don't have them. Okay. The more you get to use Resolve, the more you understand it, and the more you work with it, you will learn what stills and LUTs are. But for now, let's export the project on its own. So click on Export Project. When I do that, I'll get the Export Project dialog box. I can't see exactly where I can save this project right now, so I need to click on this little drop down menu here, and that will open up the dialog box so I've got a better view of what I'm looking at. So you must click on this little drop down menu, and it wants to know where I want to save this project. So I'm looking for my project folder where I will save this backup. Just in here, I'm going to create a new folder now, and this one is going to be called group name project title backups, and create. And now I can save my backup file in there. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to add the date and time, so that's 7th to 57. I can't use any dots or anything like that in here. Again, just remember letters and numbers and underscores only, please. 7th at 2:57, and I will click save. And we do want you to do this, please. We have been getting some issues, so you do need to do this. It's very important that you do this. If anything happens, then I have the backup there. Once we're done then, once that's done, I can close this one. I can quit Resolve. I can go to LucidLink and quit LucidLink and disconnect. And that will disconnect everything as well there. The next time I come to start editing, I've already got my project file saved, but I need to access it again. And that's why it's really important that we set everything up and save it exactly as I've shown you in this LucidLink video. Because if you don't do it this way, another member of your group using a different computer will not be able to access your project file. And not only that, files and folders that get stored locally on the machine that you're working on will be deleted on a regular basis when the computer gets close to full. Remember, you may be a different member of the group coming to log in. You may be logging in from a different computer. There's lots of different factors that mean it's absolutely essential that you followed all of those steps that we've been through in this video to make sure that your project is saved on LucidLink in the right place, so it's always available to any member of the group at any time from any machine. Okay, accessing it again the second time is literally going through the exact same process. Okay, so it's opening LucidLink, logging into LucidLink, with the same login details, lucidlink.University of Bristol. Log in through Azure AD using your usual login email and password. Opening LucidLink in Finder and going straight to your project folder. Then running the copydb list file, clicking OK, opening up your scratch disk. As soon as the scratch disk opens on the desktop, you open up Resolve. The project manager of Resolve will open and your project will be available there. So it's literally the exact same process to get back into LucidLink again. Okay, thanks for watching. Look out for the next videos, all of the rest of the Resolve videos on effects, color, sound, and exporting. Thank you. For any further information, or if you want to know more on how to edit with Resolve, there are thousands of videos online. There is a playlist curated by us on the FTV YouTube site with hundreds of hours of tips and tricks and techniques in editing with Resolve.